Hey folks, it's Jim. Just wanted to do a quick thing on the Hubsan H501SS new drone that I've got. That's very low cost and is performing very well. And after this video, I'm going to put some footage on of the drone. But anyway, let's get into the drone. We don't want to look at me. So anyway, down here, hopefully you can see the drone, and I can't see it because I got so much glare on my screen that there. Alright, now can you see it? Okay, so anyway, this is the H501SS. It's a nice looking drone too, brushless motors, real nice housings for those motors, so they're good quality motors as well. It doesn't have foldable arms, but then this is, you know, a pretty heavy little drone. So 1080p camera, and it is 1080p. It works excellent. This is the controller. You can see it has its own screen. And here I don't know that you can see it. I'll try and get you in there, but it gives you satellites both on the drone and the controller, so that you can tell how many satellites you have. Let me see if I can get you in there. Yeah, there's just so much glare on it, but you can see some of the telemetry on the bottom there for satellites and stuff. Getting the controller starting to look for its position. But you'll see above that, you'll see the drone's coordinates and all that, and then it will do your speed, range, you know, everything. Distance, all of that. It has a rechargeable battery, LiPo battery in the back, which is really nice for a controller. I don't have to use a cell phone. I've got my own sunshade. It makes it very easy that I don't have to carry my phone or make sure it's charged or anything. Everything's contained in this. I can carry one extra cheap LiPo battery that are only like 10 bucks. And I could fly this drone all day, literally, because this controller lasts like... one charge on the LiPo batteries lasted me about 10 plus flights. So then I have 2 extra batteries. This is what the batteries look like. And they pop right in the back here. Really simple. You just open it up. This is what you'd plug into. And then you just slide it in, plug the 2 ends. I'm not going to plug it in because it'll start... the drone will start its calibration process, but that's really how simple that is. The batteries just slide in and out, then you just close it back up, put it down, go through your calibrations. If you've flown drones, you know what I'm talking about. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and I did some footage for you to see, I did a video after this. Go ahead and watch that. When I go out, because I have 3 batteries, that brings into play my Easy Focus power station, right? Remember these? Well, I can plug that quick charger right into the 110 socket and charge my drone batteries very fast. So with 3 batteries, I can virtually fly all day cycling the batteries. Of course, taking breaks in between flights, which you're going to want to anyway. So for me, I am very satisfied with this drone, and you can look at the footage too. I only paid $150 for the drone, and that came with the controller, the shade, the batteries, both LiPo batteries. I did pay the extra money for 2 extra batteries and a charger that I ordered after I flew the drone and knew that it was flying excellent. GPS on this is fantastic. I haven't had any toilet bowling or a flyaway yet. I've flown it about 10 times now, and I'm very, very happy with the drone. And you'll see from the footage that I'm showing, for $150, the footage that you'll see in the video after this, in my opinion, is fantastic for 150 bucks. Now, I flew it erratically as well, so you could see how a non-gimbal camera isn't stable. And that's something you're going to have to consider. You may want to spend $500 and get a 3 position gimbal with a really nice camera. I didn't want that though. I wanted something that was pretty much bulletproof, like this 1080p camera, because gimbals can break too. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. Any moving part can break, right? And gimbals are pretty sensitive, so I wanted something that I could beat, bang, take up in the woods with me, or take in a little suitcase, and not worry about it getting ruined or beaten up or dinged or anything like that. So this is what I wanted, and I didn't want to invest a lot of money, but I wanted to drone fly as well. But the reason why I'm putting it on my prepper channel is for the reconnaissance factor. If you'll notice the footage, when I stopped, look at how clear and easy you could track from this drone, right? Going up and taking stills. You can take still shots or video. This one I'm showing you is a video because we're on YouTube. But you can take lots of still shots that come out absolutely beautiful. It's amazing how good the cameras are on these lower cost drones now. It's absolutely amazing. And I think they're working out most of the GPS bugs. And in fact, I think a lot of the GPS flyaway problems are because people aren't properly calibrating or waiting for enough satellites to kick in for the drone to lock on. And then they're not experienced flyers. So once it does lose its GPS, they can't fly, and then they lose their drone. So, you know, being a drone pilot means just that. Learn how to pilot the drone. You can't just rely on GPS, because there may be a solar flare where you lose some GPS, right, or something, right? And also what I like about this is I don't need a cell phone. I don't need that, okay, component. If the grid were to go down and all that stuff, right, I can charge my batteries and all that. But all I have to do is flip this switch down right here. Okay, hopefully you can see that. If not, this switch right here, and I'm not on GPS anymore, and I can fly this drone via the controller, just like any other remote control aircraft. I can still video, I can do everything, and that would be in a grid down situation, no satellites. So that's another reason why I went with this drone. Okay, I can fly it either way, GPS on or off. I can fly headless. I can do follow me, all that stuff, right? Circle me. It's got follow me, circle me, point of interest. It's got all the features that, you know, the $500 drones cost, $500 drones cost, you know, have. And at the same time, I'm not investing a lot of money. I'm learning to fly better, so that when I do feel like I want to invest that $500 to $1,000, I'm a competent drone pilot. And I think that's, from what I've been watching and listening to a lot of good drone pilots, that seems to be the error. People, when they're going through their calibration process, may not get it set on a level surface or something like that, so their gyros might be off when they calibrate. And then when we do our calibrations for the Compass 1 and 2, you really have to make sure those are level as you turn them as well. Or those compass calibrations might be off too. But I have found that this drone, knock on wood, just by following proper procedure for calibrating it pre-flight calibration, it's been working flawless for me. I haven't had toilet bowling, and I haven't had a flyaway. And the beautiful thing about GPS, for those of you that may be interested in flying drones, is the GPS will hold the position while you're learning to fly. So you can just let go of the controls, and it will stop where it is and hover. And that really helps for new people. And that was mainly why I wanted a good GPS drone, which this is getting decent ratings out there, and especially the H501SS, which this is. It's the updated firmware, and it's just a really simple drone to fly, and it's a good drone. It has great acceleration for reaching elevation as well, and I haven't even set it up on the higher speed. I keep it on the low speed because that's all I want to fly. And I'm really liking it. But again, as a prepper, that's why I like this. I can fly this with a grid down situation, no satellites, no communication. It's quite simply just by hitting a switch. Now I'm a regular remote control pilot, but I still have my surveillance capability. You'll see from the footage how you could easily do reconnaissance with the drone, this drone even, at $150 could easily do silent reconnaissance where you know, what I'm looking at doesn't even know I'm there. That's to include wildlife, as long as I'm at the right elevation, right? Above about, you know, 50 feet, well, away from this, you can't hear it. It's these brushless motors are super quiet. So that's the other reason why I picked the H501SS, and this is by Hubsan. Again, if I didn't say that, it's called the Hubsan H501SS, and I'll put that in my description of the video. It's flying flawless at this time. It's taking great video footage as long as I fly it stable. And again, in the video, I jerk it around so you can see what trying to fly, if you're trying to fly start and stop too fast, what it will do to your footage. It really mixes it up without a gimbal. But if you fly it smooth, even a low-cost drone like this can provide good enough footage to track an animal or do reconnaissance. And so that's why I got it, for both of those aspects, as well as just filming nature and giving me another advantage at filming nature. And I'm very happy with this drone. Again, it's the H501SS. Hopefully you can find it at $150 like I did. I think Amazon's got like a $20 coupon on this one right now, or a $10 coupon or something. It came equipped again with LiPo battery in the controller, LiPo battery for the quad, and this sunscreen ready to go right out of the box, other than charging the batteries. And the manual's decent. I can say that. It got me flying, and there's so many videos on YouTube for the H501SS. You can go out and look at them all and make the determinations for yourself. I'm just showing what I've purchased for myself after doing 2 weeks straight of homework before I made the purchase. And I'm very pleased with the H501SS. And I even like the way it looks. I think that's a pretty cool little quad. And again, why am I sharing it on my prepper channel? Well, grid down, flip a switch. Don't need anything. I'm a regular remote control pilot. Of course, I need to know how to fly it without GPS, right? Obviously, you got to be a pilot. And also, you know, I can, you know, instead of having to climb a hill or a mountain, I can fly over it and see what's on the other side without having to do that. And that's it will be a great advantage should we ever be in a you know, SHTF WROL situation where you can fly, obviously. It would save a lot of legwork and a lot of time, and also project a lot of safety, being able to evaluate terrain and areas before I go into them. So I just thought I'd share that about